project. So here you go. This is all the public housing. And it goes down north. You know, you go into 63rd Street. So the reason I'm here is I want to share this history with you all. This is a piece of Miami history. Liberty Square, as you can see, all these little apartments is all boarded up. And something to you all, that the history behind this, there's actually more sad history than good history and drugs. And so this is all metal, and that's the sad history. The sad are not going to live there in that new housing over there. They're not going to live there in the new apartments that they're being built. They call it mixed use. Hi everyone, this is Alexander Carlos with the Alexander News Show, and I am here pre-recording for the 23rd of October 2025. We are in Liberty City, Miami, Florida. This is the Liberty Square public housing complex. This was built under the New Deal of Roosevelt, President Roosevelt, in 1937. It was the first black public housing that was built for African Americans, public housing, like Section 8, blah, 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 in the southeastern United States. And we're talking 1937. And it's one of the oldest in the southeastern United States and in the entire United States. And it's actually one of the biggest in the southeastern United States and actually the entire United States. So the reason I'm here is I want to share this history with you all. This is a piece of Miami history. Liberty Square, as you can see, all these little apartments is all boarded up with metal. And it's going through a revitalization. See, it's all metal. It's all boarded up with metal. You can't get in here. So everything's now abandoned. So as I'm working right now, walking around here doing this video, they're actually fencing it now. They're fencing it up. So let's get back to what I'm here discussing. Liberty Square here, they started revitalizing and redoing this whole entire public housing complex with new apartments, new condos and new apartments back in 2015, and a lot of it has been built. And I'm just walking here around, just giving you a little tour. And I want you to see the significance of this right here, this public housing, Liberty Square. And I just want to mention something to you all, that the history behind this, there's actually more sad history than good history. And the only good history is that this is like a kind of like a landmark, historic landmark, because it was built in the 30s. And it was like one of the first black housing projects, apartments, public housing in the United States. But that sad history is that a lot of, and I'll say hundreds of young black men have died here. They're, you know, due to gun violence and drugs. And so this is all metal. And that's the sad history. The sad history behind this complex of Liberty Square here, which is right on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, 62nd Street, and like 14th Avenue, is just the history. Gun violence has killed hundreds of young black men. This is what used to be and what is known as the pork and beans. So I'm just giving you a little tour, just walking around here, showing you how big this is. And so that's the big sad history. The violence that has happened here since this was built in the 30s. Hundreds of black men through the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. And this is now, this area, to me, it's still the pork and beans, but they don't want to call it anymore that. They want to call it another name connected with Liberty Square. I guess it's still Liberty Square. But over there, I'm going to show you. Over there is the new housing. Boom. And so you see it. The other sad reality behind this is that a lot of the people that were living here, a lot of the families, people, are not going to live there in that new housing over there. They're not going to live there in the new apartments that they're being built. They call it mixed use. That means that not everybody that lived here is going to have the ability to live there. The rents are going to be a lot more money. So a lot of people that lived here, families, got misplaced. And they're not going to be able to pay the rents there. And this is also gentrification as well. So, here you go. Public housing. So yeah, part of the gentrification of northwest Miami-Dade, the north side area. What's being done is this is all developer driven. The developers that are they're going to tear all this down and built that over there, that new housing, they're smart people. And they literally ripped off Miami-Dade County to be able to do this and be a part of this project. So here you go. This is all the public housing. And it goes down north. You know, you go into 63rd Street. And there's more of it. So I just wanted to give you a quick tour. The sad reality, hundreds of young black men have died due to gun violence, murders, drug violence, addictions, overdoses. Men have died from that too. Young black men. That's the history. The sad history. This is the ghetto, guys. The ghetto. The ghetto of Liberty City. You got more public housing. Now that's all been fenced up. And they're doing it. So you see the stick? That's what they're doing right now. They're fencing it up. Fencing all this up. You won't have the ability to get in. So this is the sad history of the pork and what I consider the pork and beans, or what they call the pork and beans. For the bad reason, because the pork and beans is like, because of all the murders that have occurred. You see that new apartment that they built there? And it's good that they're tearing this down and, you know, building all these new apartments that are going to replace these apartments here. But the sad part is, not a lot of the families that were living here are going to be able to live there. They're not going to be able to afford their rents. No fucking way. No, it's not going to happen. They're going to build, I think they're going to build like a new park, some shops, a grocery store. That's gentrification. It's good for the community. I'm not saying it's not. But the sad reality is that basically you're destroying history, I guess. Maybe they should preserve something of it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so this is the sad reality. This is Liberty Square, Liberty City, Miami-Dade County, the city of Miami. Alexander News Show. Have a great one.